There are few things in the world that remind us of our childhood like lollipops do. And this holds true for wherever you grew up in the world. I mean, who hasn't enjoyed a good old-fashioned candy on a stick while growing up? Fun, inexpensive, and ultra convenient. And if there's a brand that has cemented its status as the most popular lollipop in the world, it's Chupa Chups, whose lollies are available in 170 countries, which means you'll find the iconic lollipop almost everywhere. Chupa Chups was founded back in 1958 when founder Enric Bernard saw that whenever kids ate chocolate or candy, they'd end up with sticky hands. He thought, you know what the world needs? A product that would be like eating a sweet with a fork. And that's how Chupa Chups was born. But it isn't by accident that this brand became the most famous lollipop in the world. In this episode, we'll be unpacking the branding, marketing, and sales strategy of one of the most iconic candies in the world. This is Siddhant, and welcome to another episode of Let's Do Shots. Enric Bernard was a man with a mission to stop children from ending up with sticky hands while enjoying confections. He saw that the sweets in the market didn't really suit their main consumers, kids, who would get into trouble with their parents for making a mess while eating candy. So he stuck the candies on a wooden stick, and that's how the first Chupa Chups lollies came to be. However, Chupa Chups wasn't the first name he came up with. The lollipop was originally going to be called Gol. The idea behind it was that it was a candy shaped like a football that went straight into the net being the children's mouths. As we all know now, the name didn't stick. In 1960, with the help of an advertising agency, Bernat named the lollipop Chups after the Spanish verb chupar, which means to suck. But it was the consumers who helped rename it once again in 1963 after a jingle that they released which contained the words Chupa Chups. The repetitive jingle was played on the radio so many times that the public began to call the product Chupa Chups, and that was the name that finally stuck. The story behind the lollipop's unique and playful logo is also quite interesting. One day, the founder was having coffee with a friend complaining about the existing branding, and that friend happened to be none other than the Spanish artist Salvador Dali. Dali, known all over the world for his surrealist artworks, sketched the famous daisy design on a paper napkin within an hour. He put the existing logo in a whimsical daisy shape and chose bright, attractive yellow and red colors for the branding. He suggested that the logo be placed on top of the lolly instead of the side so that it could always be seen on the round shaped candy. One could say that it's the most reproduced artwork in the world. Till today, Dali's logo has had only one tiny revision in 1988, and it's one of the most enduring pieces of branding ever. The brand's first marketing campaign came with the logo and a slogan that described the product in the most simple words. It's round and long lasting. Bernard was a clever businessman, always focusing on his consumers' needs. Instead of placing the lollipops in the candy aisle among all other chocolates, he specially created colorful stands that were to be placed next to cash registers so that everyone could see them without difficulty. Thanks to this great idea, not just Chupa Chups, but lollipop sales have grown all over the world. So the next time you see candy placed next to the cash register, you know who to blame. The round shape and the duration it took for children to eat the lollipop made it the best selling candy in Spain. Kids loved it because it was so much fun to consume, and parents loved it because it kept their kids occupied for a longer time and it did not make a mess. The simple product was built to suit everybody. In the 1980s, the birth rate began to slow down. This meant there would be fewer children to eat Chupa Chups. So Bernard, in a bold move, decided to link lollies to anti-smoking campaigns, targeting adults instead of kids. The brand came out with a new slogan: Stop smoking, start sucking, with new packaging that looked like cigarette packets. The packages even included the warning labels that are seen on cigarette packets. The Chupa Chups boxes read, Sucking does not kill. Eventually, in 1993, the coach of the Barcelona football club, Johan Cruyff, began chain sucking Chupa Chups after he quit smoking because of heart trouble. He was often seen devouring the lollies during the games as well. As a result of this, sales in the surrounding Catalonia region of Spain jumped sevenfold in the next year. Due to its fun and playful image, Chupa Chups is a brand that has always had a special relationship with pop culture. Back in the 70s, there was an American crime drama television series called Kojak. The main character in the show, a detective, Theo Kojak, had a Chupa Chups lollipop in every episode of the series. Thanks to this, the lollies gained huge popularity before they even reached the US market in 1980. All through the 90s, celebrities such as Madonna and Michael Jackson were spotted eating Chupa Chups lollies. The brand had targeted everyone, from party animals at nightclubs to critiques at fashion shows. They actually left free samples on the seats at Fashion Week. They even launched a Spice Girls range with different packages for each Spice Girl. And if you thought that brands are getting into gaming now, Chupa Chups did it way back in 1992 with a game called Zool. In 1995, it made history as the first lollipop to ever go into space. A special batch was created just for the Russian astronauts who were seen eating the lollies on live television broadcasts at the MIR space station. But coming back to Earth, the brand even has a special relationship with football. In 1994, the biggest Chupa Chups lollipops ever was made as a gift for a footballer, a former Barcelona player. This ginormous lollipop weighed 735 grams. We can only imagine how many licks that would take to finish. Between 2000 and 2003, the brand was also the main shirt sponsor of an English football team called Sheffield Wednesday. Finally, in 2016, Perfetti Van Mel brought the global lollipop brand to India. It was a crucial year for Chupa Chups as the launch would decide the brand's fate for all future launches in the country for years to come. It was especially tricky since the lollipop was launched at a premium price point of 5 rupees, while most other lollies in the Indian market were priced between 1 to 2 rupees. So, how did Chupa Chups survive in India with such competitive pricing? They didn't just survive, they thrived. The main consumers of the candy were tweens, aged between 8 and 12 years old, and they accounted for more than 50% of the sales. Tweens nowadays seem to be growing up faster than ever. They're more conscious about the impressions they create and don't want to be associated with anything kiddish. If there's anyone tweens look up to, it's teenagers whose consumption habits tweens tend to copy. So Chupa Chups directed its communication towards teens. If Chupa Chups was a brand cool enough for teens to consume, tweens would want it too. And besides, teens had more spending power as compared to tweens, so they became a lucrative segment to go after. But how did they do it? By being present where teenagers were spending most of their time, on gaming platforms. If you thought the answer was social media, yes, Chupa Chups had that covered too with gamified Snapchat filters. In another interesting approach, the brand learned how teenagers in India were speaking to each other and brought that lexicon to their packaging, really resonating with this customer segment. Today, Chupa Chups has a fun and youthful brand image in India, leveraging which not only have they gotten teenagers interested in lollipops, but are second in terms of market share only 5 years after their entry into the Indian market. Even today, Chupa Chups keeps exploring various touchpoints like GIFs, video content, and interactive stories to engage with its audiences in the digital world. Along with YouTubers and other social media influencers, the seriously fun brand often creates content pieces that reach and resonate with its youthful audience, positioning Chupa Chups as the driving force of fun for Gen Z, staying forever fun, forever young.